Merry October, bitches, meaning it's time for the annual fall must-watch list. TV shows only because there are too many Halloween nostalgia movies. Doing a top 10 would be fun, but we all know what number 1 would be, so let's just go in random order and make it fun.
Every breath you take brings you closer to darkness.
This guy's a riot.
If you haven't already seen Dana Terrace's The Owl House, now is the perfect time with Season 3 slotted to air on October 15th. The series is a give-me when it comes to autumn because it takes place in a universe that looks eerily similar to a Spirit Halloween, like one of the really big Spirit Halloweens that they put in a vacant Sears or something. The series took the cartoon-loving community by storm in 2020 with its fresh sense of humor, fun characters, and isekai setup.
Distraction spell!
The story follows Luce, a teenager who never felt at home and finds herself in the boiling aisles under the instruction of bad girl MILF Witch Ida and tiny Alex Hirsch Demon King. The show is a series of silly puns and references that are all perfectly themed for spooky season, and despite the first season being lighthearted, the plot absolutely thickens. Also, this is one of the cutest found families ever.
You're scamming him?
I was thinking more like flat out stealing from him.
What?
We already stole a horse.
Hey guys,
Fred's a talking horse. He can do whatever he wants.
I want to steal.
It's actually illegal to make a fall watch list and not include Patrick McHale's series Over the Garden Wall based on the 2013 short Tome of the Unknown. The story follows brothers Wirt and Greg on their journey back home. It relies heavily on the suspension of disbelief as most of the episodes include out-of-the-ordinary happenings that the two brothers, while surprised by, are quick to adapt to. Everything about this series screams fall between Pottsfield, The Beast, and ghost stories, and there's a fun twist that I'll forego mentioning in case you haven't added this to your list yet. And of course, the show can't be mentioned without bringing up the amazing music, most of which is performed by the Blasting Company, who are just a really awesome music group.
As autumn colors fall.
Mabel, our lives may not be worth this.
Friday night, we're gonna party till dawn. Don't worry, Daddy, I've got my favorite dress on.
Chances are you've probably already seen Gravity Falls, given its popularity a few years back, but I think it adds a little something something if you watch it in the fall. While it's intended to be a summer watch, at least I think so given the fact Dipper and Mabel are spending their summer in Gravity Falls, there are plenty of Halloween-adjacent episodes. It makes sense given the whole series follows supernatural happenings, but the fact there's even a Summerween, Gravity Falls' answer to a second Halloween, it's almost suggested that the show be watched as the months creep from summer into fall. Does that make sense? I feel like cartoon watchers have specific months slotted to watch certain shows, I don't know. Also, if you've seen Gravity Falls and enjoyed it, I highly recommend The Owl House, given the similar energy the two shows possess. I know Disney Channel is kind of like Cartoon Network in the way most creators have worked on each other's shows, so that's pretty neat.
What makes you a sock I
What's with you?
I don't care if I mention this show too frequently on this channel, it fucks. Pretty much a group of dead girls are resurrected as zombies by an unhinged manager to form an idol girl group to save Saga. The show was anime before manga and created by a few different companies, and boy is the humor in this show awesome. You have a bunch of girls from different time periods just going with the flow and being an idol group, and if the songs aren't enough to capture your attention, the weirdly intricate plot should. Obviously, I'm counting this as fall because they're zombies, but I think it's fun to see zombies in a setting aside from horror. Although I recently one-shotted this Disney trilogy at the ripe age of 24 and have absolutely no regrets. Anyway, Zombieland Saga is lighthearted when it needs to be while simultaneously telling a series of tragedies.
Can't you just say, you can do it?
Sure, you can do it! Statement for encouragement purposes only. You may not actually be able to do it.
I've long since left my honeymoon phase with Hilda, but I won't say it's not good. Do I think they needed a second season? No. Do I still think it's wholesome and cozy to watch? Absolutely. This is another series where you're not quite sure what's meant to be ordinary or not, but the mystical elements bring that homey feeling to life. I think what I like about Hilda for a fall watch is that it's not Halloween adjacent. The magical elements aren't Scooby-Doo-like they are in Gravity Falls or The Owl House. Instead, Hilda feels like a chilly September morning. Not to be a bitch, but I think if you've seen the show once, you've kind of seen what you needed to see, but you should at least once. If not for the plot, then for the awesome art style and aesthetic. Luke Pearson nailed the magical elements of the series.
Then you add up your deductibles, and oop, guess what, Anne? You're a deductible!
Kill me!
It took me forever to finish Amphibia, so I definitely got some heat for not including it in other videos. I stand by the fact that the beginning is a bit too slow-paced and episodic for my taste, but after finishing it, I can safely say the show improved a lot as it aired. In fact, I like the series so much now that I got a poster signed by Matt Braley, and he even drew a little sprig on it. Anyway, Amphibia is for the girlies with cottagecore Pinterest and mushroom earrings. And Anne is one of my favorite cartoon protagonists to date, and the found family between her and the Planters is extremely wholesome.
And so were you, buddy.
Who are you talking to?
What is nice about the episodic start to the series is that you have the choice to stick with the Saturday morning cartoon energy or to proceed with the final season and sob your little heart out. Either way, the world of Amphibia is an outdoorsy and whimsical take on the feeling of fall.
And got rich.
But you've got a job as a teacher. Why do you need more money?
My bad.
There's so many iterations of Scooby-Doo, and every single one feels like an integral part of Halloween. Even episodes, specials, or movies that don't have anything to do with the actual fall season seem to fit in with our nostalgic feelings for it, or mine at the very least. Personally, I used to be obsessed with the Ghoul School special, so much so that I couldn't believe my eyes when OKKO Let's Be Heroes did a callback nearly 30 years later. I feel like everyone knows Scooby-Doo though, so this really isn't a hot take.
What now?
See ya.
Fair enough.
This is a new one to add to the Halloween watch list. Dead End Paranormal Park by Hamish Steele follows Barney and Norma and their talking dog after they get jobs in Pauline Phoenix's theme park that is home to spooky happenings. It's another one of those shows that you throw on for laughs then end up hysterically crying over. Good stuff. The art style is cute and the setting is spooky, and if this hasn't sold you yet, there's a musical episode leading up to the season 1 conclusion.
You're my Frankenstein. You're a monster.
If you're into mysteries, this is a must-watch. Just like the Owl House, we're expecting another season in October, so get a head start. Alright, if anyone has any good fall watches, animated or otherwise, movie or TV shows, please let me know because my well is running dry this year and it's barely into October. Happy Halloween!